Okay, let's get into it. Today we're doing a deep dive on the Zorbi Flying Saucer. It's this little gadget, promises some real gravity-defying fun. Looks kind of cool, too.
Definitely eye-catching. Our mission here is to sort through these really polarized customer reviews. Is this glowing, spinning, floating disc actually worth, say, $20? Or is it just clever marketing?
Yeah, that glowing look is key, isn't it? That initial impression. People talk about moving it with their hands and it feeling like actual magic, like really smooth and satisfying.
That feeling seems to be what people are paying for, that sense of control, that trick.
So it's the experience.
Exactly. But what's really going on? Well, it's basically a very slick repackaging of an old trick. The key thing you need to know is the mechanism. It hangs from a super thin thread, almost invisible.
Ah, okay, a thread. Doesn't knowing that kind of spoil the magic for the person using it, though?
That's an interesting point. The sources suggest the magic sort of shifts. It goes from being amazed to uh, focusing on the skill of making it look good.
Mm,
And the thread explains the construction, too.
how so?
Well, people complain it feels cheap, lightweight plastic. But that's not really a flaw, it's physics. For the illusion to work with such a thin thread, the disc has to be incredibly light. Any heavier, and it wouldn't work, or you'd need a thicker, obvious thread.
Right, right. So the lightness is functional.
Oh?
Okay. And setting it up seems easy enough from what we read.
Yeah, apparently super simple. Pull a battery tab, put it down, give it a spin. They even include short video tutorials. Most users seem to get the basic gliding moves down in maybe about an hour.
An hour isn't bad, and I saw the thread can be replaced.
It can, yeah, which suggests they plan for it to wear out, that it's meant for longer-term use, which kind of helps justify the cost of maybe, despite the simple parts.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting then. We have this design that makes sense for the trick, easy setup, but the reviews are just all over the map, like violently mixed.
Completely. On one hand, you've got people saying it's loads of fun, visually cool, adorable even, a great magic trick for, entertaining friends. They feel like they got their money's worth for the spectacle.
But then the other side.
Oh, yeah. They are not happy. They focus straight on what we just discussed, calling it cheaply made. Basically, just a bit of plastic, some lights, and this flimsy thread. The lightness, which is needed for the trick, becomes the main complaint about quality.
So the feature becomes the bug, depending on your perspective.
Exactly right. And some reviews complain it's just too hard to use, that it doesn't perform those smooth moves you see advertised. They get frustrated. There was one quote, a $20 disappointment held together by a single strand of dental floss.
Ouch. Dental floss. So frustration with learning it may be combined with it feeling like it might break easily if you crash it while learning.
That seems to be the core issue for the negative reviews, yes. Durability concerns meet difficulty curve.
So, for you listening, what's the takeaway? It seems like experiences just vary wildly. Whether you'll like it or hate it seems to boil down entirely to what you think you're buying. Are you buying a cool visual show, or are you buying, like, a durable object?
Yeah, the sources pretty much say, read a lot of reviews. Your satisfaction really hinges on your patience for learning it and whether you're okay with the simple, lightweight build.
So wrapping it up, the Zorbi Flying Saucer is really defined by this tension, isn't it? Between the cool thing it does visually and what it's actually made of.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's a perfect little case study in consumer perception, really.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to consider. When you're buying something that relies entirely on an illusion, like the saucer, what's more important? Is it the feeling of magic it gives you, that temporary spectacle? Or is it the actual quality, the materials, the stuff it's made from underneath the trick?